Welcome back. F2 Race Spec Series round 9, round Spa qualifying. Some drivers are already on track, and one of them is in the standings. GeForce Walkboy was already out for. Let's now enable. Sorry for the delay, I had some issues logging in. And now the drivers are getting used to the track. I never actually raced an F1 and F2 car in my F1 career, but it looks really nice, and it looks really tight as well in the championship, because constructors championship is like 4 teams have a 6-point gap between each other. So it's like Arden in P1 with 216 points, and Carlin in P4 has 210. And now that the race the races are gonna get started, we're gonna see some battles on track. 10 drivers today, and right now there's Crossy was disqualified. Finishes P7. Oh, okay, he's a one-shot quali. Okay, nice, I didn't get it. And Isaac Kush gets pole position for 8,000 of a second compared to Spilly. And Isaac Kush gets those 4 bonus points. Wow. I really need to point system and stuff, actually. But let's remember, no ERS, so basically no overtake button, stuff like this, just pure engine power coming out of those cars. Setup is fixed, so every driver needs to use the same setup, which is a preset one. And now we're gonna see what the feature race has for us. Looks like a really good track spa to drive those cars, and let's say how the drivers will start, how the race will develop. And ACW joins. Maybe he lost connection. Yes, he did. I see cars jumping. That's nice. But anyway, Cody's always gets some new features. So session is gonna start in 15 seconds. While we just look at the standings at the moment. For the driver standings, Spilly is in P1, Walkboy is in P2, 12 points behind, and then Isaac Kush in P3 starts on pole right now, but he is 93 points behind Spilly. So 13 laps now around Spa, quite a long race. You know, Spa is a really good long track, and it takes almost 2 minutes sometimes to complete the lap, especially in the wet on an F1 car. So it's gonna be a really long one, and I think focus will be the main factor today. ACW just couldn't join his car, take control of his car. So Isaac Kush, P3 in the championship, P1 starting. Spilly looking good, the championship leader, starting in P2. And his contender is like in P7. Walkboy didn't really put a good lap in. And let's see if some drivers are choosing a different compound. Yes, they do. And it's the top 4 at the moment was soft, so a soft compound, so I think they will pit really soon. And from P5 going further back on the grid, they're all on mediums. So I think top 4 will be super fast in the first 2 laps, and let's see what they can do. Game crashed. Session no longer exists. Ay. Okay. Wait. I need to get an invite. So. And here we are. Okay, we're back. I hope we won't miss the start. It's gonna be close. Okay, nice. That's perfect. That's perfect. The drivers are reforming the grid, and they're about to start. So we got it in time, guys. That's fine. So let's see now. Start. 1, 3, 4, 5, and off they go. It's a good start for Isaac Kush, and Spilly Water start from him is in P1. TP is on the outside, he tries to move around, and let's see the gaming wafer on mediums, which has overtaken actually Plebs, and now ACW is really fast coming up through Rouge, and he gets P4 back. So now always the 4 soft runners in the top 4, and now Isaac Kush is on the outside of Spilly. He needs to give him some space. Oh, wow. And Isaac Kush just thinks better of it. It's still up 1, so wise move, I think. And now he gets a better traction. Let's see if he can make it in the airpin right now. And, oh, he locks up. Goes a bit wide, but he makes it. And he's in P1. What a move. What a move. And in the meantime, let's see the situation here with the Plebs, who is all over the gaming wafer, and I think he wants the Primo driver really wants to get past him as soon as he can. ECW in the meantime is really close to TP. Let's see. Let's remember, no battery, and they have DRS. They do have. Tires are a bit different compared to F1. They're smaller, and they have different kind of tire deck levels. Oh, and TP was about to hit the wall. Wow, it was so close. We were there on board with ACW, and oh, he's really pushing hard. And ACW is all over him. Let's see now at the bus stop if he can make it stick. He goes on the outside, and I think TP kind of let him pass. Because they didn't put up a fight. Maybe it's a wise move. If you see that you don't have that pace compared to the car behind, you can just stick behind him and then see what happens in the future. Then, so it's a Carlin, then Carlin P1, and then it's Arden P2 from Spilly, and let's see the Trident from VCW in P3. And TP is not going that fast. He's really suffering a lot. Maybe he has some damage or something. Because it's already 7 attempts behind ACW, and Spilly gets past as a pushback, but now again on the airpin. Yeah, okay. Spilly gets a good run this time. But he looks up, goes a bit wider as a Kush goes on the inside. Oh wow, what a battle! And he makes it stick. Oh god, that was nice. Isaac Kush is really nailing those corners. It's 2 laps and he has already made 2 overtakes in that spot. Wow, really nice. By the way, sorry guys, and I'm sorry if I don't have maybe that kind of Aussie accent, so forgive me for my English if it's not so good. But anyway, and Roscoe gets a penalty, and I think something happened because he's 7 seconds behind Walkboy, who's P9. Wow, he needs to recover that place. Plebs is looking good. Plebs is really looking good. He's in the train over there, in the DRS train, which is gonna activate basically when Isaac will cross the line, so in about like 10 seconds. So the drivers will have already DRS on the Camel Straight. Let's see what happens, because Plebs now is gonna get a bit faster and faster compared to the... Also, Front he locks up. Oh wow, what a move! Wow. Oh, he had that kind of understeer that was hard to control, but he caught it. Nice. But now he doesn't have DRS and Crossy's all over him. Well, he had to pay for it somehow, but I think didn't pay that much. And Spiel is all over Isaac Kush as well with DRS assistance, and ACW as well. No, and ACW thinks better of it. Oh, and Isaac Kush I think touched with Spilly. No debris, so I don't see any debris going around. So I think it's all fine. And Spilly goes a bit wide, but Isaac Kush goes on the outside this time. ACW is all over them. Wow, it's a really good trio here. At the moment, controlling the race, and Plebs has really lost a lot. He's now 1.3 seconds, but now he needs to push a lot because Crossy is like half a second behind. So let's see what he can do. I think until from next laps he's gonna kind of have more pace than the soft runners. But let's see what they can do. Let's remember, of course, that that's only one of the 2 races. This is the feature race, which is the longest one. And basically, the grid order for the sprint race, which is gonna be right after this race, is gonna get decided by the top 8. So a P8 at the moment, GeForce Walkway will start on pole position, and Spilly will start on 8th. So you know, that's really good and challenging point system, because you can see that now Walkboy is struggling and Spilly can really get a bigger gap in the championship. But then in the sprint race, if everything stays like this, he will start on pole and he has a really good chance of the win, and Spilly has to drop back to P8. But now Isaac Kush is all over him again, and they're overtaking each other basically every lap, and ACW can't do anything much about it because he's too far away, and he's too far away to catch up with Isaac Kush as well, because Isaac Kush has the tow from Spilly and the assistance of DRS. Oh, Isaac Kush locks up, and now, oh, Crossy with TP, and Plebs is in P5. Plebs is in P5. The Gaming Wafer is the first of the medium runners who was actually in front. Yeah, TPS doesn't seem to have pace whatsoever, and right now Plebs is gaining on the Gaming Wafer. He's really looking good, the Primo driver. He's showing some pace, and let's remember, he needs to get it needs some tire degradation from the soft runners, which will come, and it's already coming, I guess. But he's super fast towards the end of the race, and now he really needs to get really good tire wear, manage the tires, and see what he can do. Isaac Kush pits. and I think ACW will have a chance to overtake Spilly. GeForce TP gets 5-second penalty for speeding pit lane. And in the meantime, the Carlin driver is in the pits. Let's watch the pit, which is a good one. You can see it's really different from the F1 pit stops. Not in F1, there's like 3 times that the people that there is in F2 making a pit stop. But anyway, Isaac Kush is now in P9, and he has some free air, so he can really push. And I think he's gonna undercut Spilly and ACW, which is in P1, and he gets a 3-second penalty. He gets a 3-second penalty. As we said, it was kind of obvious that he could have overtaken around Camel Straight, and he did. Gaming Wafer gets a 3-second penalty as well, and now Plebs is gaining another 3 tenths, and he doesn't seem to have a penalty at the moment. So right now is really even playing for P2, and he's 3 seconds away from Spilly. So let's watch the Prema driver. Let's watch the Prema driver, because he's now gaining. Oh, he goes wide, but I think he lifted up. He lifted the throttle, so no penalty for him. And Roscoe gets a 3-second penalty. He's in P8 at the moment. Let's see Spilly is really close. Let's see if they come to the pits. And they get into the pits, both of them. And now we're gonna see where Isaac Kush is. And Isaac Kush is already on the back straight. And he's going around the penultimate corner and getting to bus stop now. In the meantime, Spilly gets its pit stop, and ACW is in front. ACW is in front. He stays in front. And let's see Isaac Kush where he is, and he looks in front. And he looks in front. Looks like he's in front. And he is. And he is. The undercut worked perfectly by Isaac Kush, who gets a gap from ACW more than 1 second. So ACW now doesn't have DRS, and Spilly is all over him. Let's see, because now in P1 there's the Gaming Wafer, which has a 3-second penalty. Then there's Plebs, no penalties for him. And some days ago it was his birthday, so happy birthday. Then Crossy in P3, he has a 3-second penalty as well. Then Walkboy, Stone Towel, Isaac Kush, ACW, Spilly, TP, and Roscoe. Of course, top 4, top 5 hasn't pitted yet. Isaac Kush is the first of the soft starters who has pitted, but it doesn't look like he's gaining a lot on the Stone Towel. I think now pace is... Oh, and Roscoe gets a 3-second penalty again. So it's 6 seconds in total for him. 7 laps to go. And let's see. TP gets a 3-second penalty again. Not looking good, unfortunately for him. Kush is now starting to gain. And I think Plebs needs to get into Gaming Wafer's DRS. If he makes it, he has a really good chance on the win. Because then those softs are gonna get super fast. Oh, in the meantime, Roscoe has spun. Yeah, on Latifi's car, so maybe it's the spirit of Latifi, like forcing this car to spin. Oh yeah, sorry about the bad joke. And anyway, Oh, and Game Over has lost it! Has lost it! No! No, he crashed. I think he doesn't have damage, which is kind of good. But wow, he lost 5 seconds. He lost 5 seconds and now Plebs is in P1. And that's a key. That's key for him because otherwise he should have overtaken Gaming Wafer on track. But now he has clear air. He will come up behind, maybe I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds away from the leaders. But still, he has a chance to win this race. And I think he will pit on lap 8. But one lap here is like a lot of time. You saw for example, the fastest lap, which was, let's see that. But anyway, let's see what Plebs does. For example, now it's 2 minutes long. This track. Yeah, it's 2 minutes 097. Rossi gets a 5-second penalty for speeding, and he pits. He wants to undercut. Oh, and Walkboy pits as well. So now let's see, because Isaac Kush is now crossing the line. It's gonna overtake them both. Oh, 1:57.1 on new mediums. They're gaining 3 seconds over Plebs. Oh my. Wow. Those drivers, Plebs really needs to pit. Otherwise, it's gonna get eaten by Isaac Kush, Spilly and ACW. In the meantime, Crossy is now on softs and Walkboy as well, and now Walkboy and Crossy will make the benchmark. So basically we'll see how fast they are compared, for example, to poor TP, who is now medium. So they will have loads of grip compared to the medium runners. And anyway, ECW is still there with Spilly. No, none of them has DRS at the moment, and it's now going to begin lap 9, so it will be 5 laps till the end. I think Plebs is gonna think about pitting. He's really losing a lot of time, and I think he can even be undercut by Crossy and Walkboy, because he's on old mediums and all the guys are on new softs. So if Spilly gained 3 seconds in the first place with new mediums, imagine with new softs. Let's see, and he goes straight to the pits. He does it. Good decision, especially after the undercut attempt from the drivers behind. Let's see, Gaming Whiff pits as well, like 5 seconds behind. Some Towels well pits, and now Isaac Kush will retake the lead in P1, followed by Spilly in P2 and ACW in P3, which has got a 3-second penalty, and now Plebs has left the pits. He has 5 laps to cover. Let's see the gap at the moment. He's really close with TP, and look at that! Crossy's all over him, and now Plebs needs to get past TP. Doesn't have DRS, and Crossy has. Oh, needs to survive this camel straight, otherwise his race will be over. It's key for him. Let's see what happens. Crossy's gaining and gaining. It's 2 attempts away. He goes on the outside of it. He tries it. Oh, he's all over the place, and he does it. He makes it, and it's P5 for him. Wow, Plebs is gonna be fuming because Crossy doesn't have penalties either. So now Plebs is all over him again. Let's see what he can do, because now Crossy will have some overheated tires, and now Plebs' ones are getting the right temperature just now. So let's see what happens. And Gaming Weather gets another 3-second penalty. TP is really going slow compared to the soft compounds, of course. It's like, depends on that, of course, not on the trial skills. So And let's see the top 3 at the moment. So basically, let's make some calculations. Plebs and no, Plebs hasn't got any penalty. Has to cover a 10-second gap to SEW. So basically, needs to be he needs to recover 7 seconds in those 4 laps. I think he can make it, but still, wow, it's really close already in turn 1 in Las Oas. Oh, wow, I think they touched. Yeah, but let's see now. Crossy's gonna have maybe DRS from TP, and this is gonna save him. Maybe no, he hasn't. And Plebs is now gonna eat him alive because it's gonna be super fast, and he does. Ah, that's painful. That's really painful. He should have stayed in front of him when he got out of the pits. He really lost a lot in this lap, and now he has to overtake TP as soon as possible, because otherwise he's not gonna make it. He needs clean air. That's the main thing about the alternate strategy. You really don't have alternative but overtaking. That's it. 4 laps remaining, and Isaac Kush looks really good and stable in P1. By a bit more than a second. And Plebs, of course, taking Crossy. So Walkboy in P6 at the moment. Let's see what TP does. I think Plebs is gonna have a lot of grip around here. Towards the back straight. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, he's getting a lot because of the toe. And oh, he's getting closer and closer and closer. He wants to make a move when TP goes wide, and he leaves. Yeah, he makes him past. Oh, he goes really went kind of late on brakes. And now Plebs is in P4. Now the gap is 8.6 seconds. He needs to stay in a 3-second range from ACW to get the podium he wants. And of course, he doesn't need to get any penalties. But let's see what he can do. ACW at the moment has DRS from Spilly, which is gonna help him, of course. Because Plebs will be super fast in the second sector, and DRS assistance is never a bad thing to have. Yeah, let's see. In fact, Plebs has lost 2 attempts around the Camel Straight, and yeah, TP was all over him again. Oh, yes. Oh, Walkboy is all over TP as well. TP wants to go on the inside, on the airpin, he makes it. Oh, Walkboy on the outside. What a good camera to have. That's really... Oh, TP lost it. Oh, my... Oh, they touch. They touch, but yeah. Wow, that was so close to the barriers, poor TP. Oh, my. Oh, my, that was so close. It was a big crash, but... GG, guys. Really good fight. Really nice. Yeah, I think Plebs has lost 1 second, actually. I don't know what happened, maybe he made some mistakes. And in fact, Walkboy is really pushing behind him. Let's see what he can do. Plebs, and Plebs is losing a lot of time. He really can't make it. Last lap, maybe he has some damage, I don't know. But Spilly now is the last lap, he's all over Isaac Kush, they're fighting for P1, and Isaac Kush is gonna defend, and Spilly has DRS, gets in his line, goes on the inside, and makes the move stick quite easily. What happened to Kush? And yeah, it's behind, sorry, didn't see it. Oh, and he touches Billy, I guess, and Walkboy is overtaking Plebs for P4, I think. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Stay on P4. I think he can make the fastest lap though. If he gets some clean air. And at the moment, as it stands, Spilly will extend his championship lead with Walkboy just in P4. But Plebs, let's wait for it, because Plebs is fighting a lot. He's gonna have to toe towards the back straight. Meantime, Kush is too far behind. So Spilly cannot make a move, and Spilly with Harden wins the Belgian Grand Prix. The feature race is Arden territory in the forest of Spa. B2 for Isaac Kush, B3 for ACW, and Walkboy with the ultimate strategy makes it work on P4, followed by Plebs, and then Gaming Wafer, TP, Crossy, and Sontowel needs to finish the race now. P9, Roscoe finishes in P10 with some wing damage and finishing lapped, unfortunately for him. And it's now feature race gone. It is another win in BWT, and Walkboy gets the driver of the day, which is fully deserved. He gained 4 position, I guess, starting P8, I think, and then he finished in P4. Let's see. No, he started in 7th place, so 3 positions gained for him, making the alternate strategy work. And it is a Arden Carling Trident podium, then followed by Walkboy, Plebs, Gaming Wafer, TP, Crossy, Stone Towel, Roscoe, and I think that's it. This is it, and Spilly gets a lead in the drivers' standings by, let's see, he gets a 25-point lead over Walkboy. Walkboy is gonna start in P8. In pole position there will be Crossy, followed by TP and Gaming Wafer. Plebs will start P4. Let's remember the sprint race doesn't need to have a pit stop. So basically you can finish the race with the state you start the race with, and it's gonna be quite interesting to see what those drivers can do in terms of managing their tires and having a really good tire deck. Here we go. The drivers are on the grid. Dry weather, so it's gonna be, it has been a whole dry weekend here around the Ardennes forests. Let's see what happens now with the sprint race, and I think it's gonna be kind of 9 laps, 10 laps, something. So we're gonna see a really sprint race, a real sprint race, with drivers fighting with each other. dumb thinking about strategy. So it's 9 laps, and it's the formation lap now. Let's go on board with Crossy, starting in pole position. Everyone's starting on mediums, I guess. Yes, they do. That will be painful to start on softs. Goes into the Camel Straight, everybody warming up their tires. Let's give it a break. Before the start. Drivers are now lining up. 9 laps of pure racing ahead of us. And the race is about to start, and it's 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. It's a good start for Crossy, but TP goes on the outside, tries to make it stick, is now in P1, but now the grid is forming up. Oh wow, they're side by side, TP and Crossy run through Eau Rouge, and wow, there's a lot of drivers. Wow, what a pass, what a move from TP. Crossy lifted off, and now Gavin Wefer is all over him. Crossy has had a really bad start, not a bad start, but really good succession of corners, and Crossy's now in P3. Oh, he touches the gaming wafer, tries to go on the outside, but Crossy reacts to it, and he gets P2, he goes on the wide, but he makes it stick, but no, gaming wafer is still there, side by side on the hairpin. Oh my, what a battle. Now the gaming wafer has the advantage of the racing line, and oh, Walkboy has get past him as well. That's key for the championship. Now Walkboy's in P3. Crossy wants to make it stick again from Pullhorn, but no, he fixed better of it. Oh, they were about to touch. Wow. Wow, that was close. In the meantime, Plebs is all over ACW. They're really close for each other. Oh, ACW goes a bit behind. Plebs tries to make it stick on the cushion. Speedily in the meantime wants to make those overtakes as soon as possible, because they're gonna lose some time, a lot of time at the moment compared to Walkway. And Gaming Wafer, let's see Gaming Wafer, because it's really close, and now Cross is really close to Walkway as well. Oh my, this is gonna be close at the bus stop chicane. If thinks better of it, doesn't make the move. Gaming Boy goes a bit wide. Let's wait for Warboy, who's gonna have a better traction. There's a yellow flag, and Spilly has spun. Spilly spins round, and he's in P9 at the moment. Wow, Warboy will be really happy about it. Roscoe spins with the damage wing. We don't know what happened, but now Warboy, now he has lose. It's probably take the gaming wafer, and it's really close to him. Really close, and Roscoe retired a bit. Would have, yeah, no weekend for him, unfortunately. And Warboy now cannot make a mistake because gaming wafer has got the tow from GeForce TV and ACW is in P4 because he has overtaken Crossy, but Crossy goes on the outside and loses the position. Has lost some time behind those cars. Always his double box up. Gaming wafer doesn't have the pace Warboy has, I think, but now it's looking for Isaac Kush, who's really close to the other drivers, and Plebs wants to make a move on the inside while there was ambitious. Isaac Kush has a better run now. Let's see what Plebs does. Isaac Kush thinks better of it, not a lot of space left, so wise move. Warboy and now gaming wafer is really close to TV. It's a good run. He's gonna be really close when he gets to the bus stop chicane. And let's remember DRS will be active from this lap. If I was gaming wafer, I wouldn't get past him now. Yeah, in fact he doesn't, because he wants to have DRS around the Camel Straight. Of course, it's always a wise move. Let's see what happens, because gaming wafer puts the fastest lap of the race, which gets beaten by ACW in P4 at the moment. And let's see now, because gaming wafer is gonna get past TP for sure, with DRS assistance. Wow, Dirtier, he loses the car a bit, and he opens his wing, and as we said, he gets past him. Let's see right now Warboy, because he makes a stick. Oh, he does. Wow, what a move. Wow, king of the late breaks, Daniel Ricciardo called Warboy. What a move. He's in P2 and Spilly is now in P8 because Sontao has maybe let him past the teammates, so it would be a good decision. Let's remember that only top 8 drivers get the points in the sprint race, so Spilly now will get only 1 point, and let's see, because Warboy has a really good chance of not even winning this race, but closing the gap in the standings. Oh, ACW is in P3 at the moment. Oh, what a move! What a move! Just before the bus stop chicane, ACW is showing some real pace at the moment. Isaacus at the moment has overtaken Plebs, is in P6. Yeah, there's a train of cars apart from Spilly. And Spilly is really gaining a lot because, oh, Gaming Wafer goes wide. But I think, did he make it on purpose though? That sounds kind of odd, because he will have DRS advantage. So yeah, maybe it was a smart move. Let's see, because he's really getting closer, and yeah, he's gonna get past him. Yes, he does. And ACW is not gonna get past Gaming Wafer. Ooh, locks up again. For sure, those lockups will not help him towards the end of the race. Warboy's driving style looks nice and clean at the moment. Oh my, wow, Gaming Weather is pushing a lot. His tires are gonna are screaming at the moment for the lockups. And Speedy has already gained 1 second towards the last lap, and this lap to Plebs. Crossy gets a 3-second penalty. Yeah, let's not forget penalties. And with those close gaps, penalties can really play an important role here. So yeah, pushing but not over pushing. Oh wow, Gaming Weather has a really good control of the car. He caught it just in the end. ACW in the meantime is really close. He always gets a good round through here. And let's see if he can make a move at the bus stop chicane, or he will wait for the Camel Straight to do it. I think he wants to make it, but Walkway is really good on the brakes. He goes really late on the brakes, but he doesn't lose the racing line somehow. And right now, Walkway, let's see if Gaming Wafer goes wide again. No, it doesn't. So he stays in P1. There was a joke about doing on purpose, of course. And now Walkboy will have DRS advantage compared to Gaming Wafer. Let's see what he can do. He's really gaining a lot. Just before the camera straight, he opens up his rear wing, he goes on the outside, and he makes the move stick quite easily. Isaac Kush at the moment is now in P4, has created some gap between him and TP, and Spilly doesn't seem like he's gaining a lot more compared to the last lap. He's now in P8, always in P8, at 2.2 seconds behind Plebs. So Walkboy now in P1, looking good. Gaming Wafer is now 3 tenths away, followed by ACW and Isaac Kush. And Isaac Kush is really close to ACW. They are even rivals in the Elite Series in Tier 2. And now they're fighting again in F2, so that's really nice. Some history behind it, and maybe some beef. I don't know. Just a joke. But there's always room for some beef though, so let's see if those battles will create some beef. And ACW in P3 now. He wants to overtake the Gaming Wafer because he wants to make a car length distance between him and Isaac, which is really close. Oh, when he goes on the outside, maybe he outbrakes himself. Oh no, he touches the Gaming Wafer. Yeah, he outbraked himself. And ACW has now front wing damage, which is not good. I think Isaac just braked too late here. Just, you know, having because he had the poor Gaming Wafer in front. So yeah. But anyway, now that's really good for Walkboy because he's now having a really good gap between him and ACW, who has, yeah, poor him, he has front wing damage, he has a lot of pace, and yeah, he wasn't a contact with Isaac Kush, but still he touched the car from Gaming Wafer, who spun, caused by Isaac Kush's late braking. But anyway, stewards will see this and will take the decisions they want. And right now, yeah, TP of course is all over ACW. He's gonna struggle a lot around Pujon here. Yeah, he goes really wide. And now TP, I think he's gonna overtake him. He goes on the outside. No, it doesn't. I think overtaking him is key to get a good position. Isaac Kush is really fast because he's getting a lot towards Walkboy, and at the moment Spilly is now in P7. I think he has a really good chance on the podium, to be honest. Because he shot some pace the whole weekend, and now he wants to go on the outside of Crossy. I think he cannot make it. No, he doesn't. He switches, but no, he doesn't have a good run. Maybe wants to make a move stick. No, he prefers to wait for the DRS activation point to open his rear wing and see what happens, because Crossy has no DRS, so Spilly is now all over him. Maybe he wants to move him right now. No, he doesn't. Oh, and they touch. Oh, wow. Oh, and Crossy just lost his car because Spilly went a bit late on the brakes. So now Crossy will have DRS. Let's see if he can overtake him back, because he's gonna get a good run. He's gonna get a good run. ACW is really going for it, but wow, what a battle, because ACW has front wing damage, so TP and Plebs are all over him, but he's not losing that much time. He's only 2 seconds away from Izat, so Izat is really fast. I think he's the fastest guy on track at the moment. Walkboy doesn't have pace, so he can't really pay the price towards the last 2 laps of the race, which are gonna start in about 30 seconds, kind of. And ACW is really hanging on. He's fighting for this podium. It's unfair for him not to be on this podium, and I think he's right, because he really deserved it, and it happened, just something that was out of his control, and he's really getting along with the car. Let's see, because now he will lose a lot of position, and Spilly is now in P6, so he overtakes Demon Wafer. Let's see what he can do, because Spilly is now in the DRS train as well, and wants to make a kind of switch back to get better traction. TP, he does it. Let's see what he can do. It's really close, but it doesn't make the move here. Kind of a wise move, to be honest. He's gonna lose a lot. ACW, oh, and ACW just goes wide, and Plebs is now all over him. Maybe ACW wants to have DRS, not to. Oh, Plebs is so close. Plebs is so close. He will get a lot of dirty air, but he kind of makes it stick. ACW is fighting for that podium, playing some strategy, playing some games. They're 3 wide. Let's follow Spilly's camera, because Plebs is now going on the inside of ACW, and they touch. Oh my, that was dangerous. Oh my, and ACW keeps its 3rd place. He lost 1.2 seconds, but what can he do? It's just 1 lap and a half remaining, and he's fighting for this position like crazy with a front wing damage. Wow. And Spilly, let's see Spilly, because the championship leader now wants to have his opinion in this battle. He's in P6. Let's wait for it. Gaming Wafer is joining the battle as well, and TP goes a bit wide, and Spilly gets a good run. Wow, it's really close. He's all over him. He wants TP to see him on his mirrors, because it's really close, and I think he can make it stick around the bus stop chicane if he can get a good run after Blanchimont. Oh, he touches the grass, so he loses some time, but it's still there. It's still there, and he wants. Now with DRS, he wants to get a better traction run here. Let's follow him on board, because Plebs is overtaking ACW. No, he doesn't. He prefers that kind of strategy. Oh, wow, and ACW, yeah, ACW is now struggling a lot, because of course, not having that much front wing makes the car, you need to turn more, so the tires are gonna get hotter, and tire deck is gonna get higher. So, yeah, that's the main issue here. While Plebs opens his front wing, gets the move done, podium position, and last lap, Izat Kush is 3 tenths away from Walkboy. ACW is now getting P4, and Spilly overtakes TP. Oh, and Gaming Wafer as well is joining the battle. Oh, they touch! Oh, I think they both had damage. Oh, and the gaming with a kind of a drift. Oh, that was... Nah, okay. Let's follow the leaders. The stewards will decide for it. Let's see, because, yeah, it wasn't a really clean battle, to be honest. But not steward, so not my job. ACW and Spilly, because Spilly wants to get the P4 now. Walkboy now is in the first sector, last sector of the race. Isaacush is really going for it. He's really close. Let's wait for it because he wants to make a move at the bus stop. Maybe he can make it stick. He's really close. On the last lap, he goes on the outside. Walkboy tries to go on the inside. He breaks a lot, but Walkboy stays in front. Oh, they touch. And now Isaacush wants to get a better traction with the DRS assistance. No, he can't. And Walkboy wins the Belgian Grand Prix, the sprint race. F2, P1 for him. And Isaacush in P2, Plebs for Prema in P3. P4 for ACW, what a race. He deserves the driver of the day. He lost his wing when he was P3 and he just lost one position. Wow, what a race. GG, mate. And Spilly, the championship driver, finishes in P5 after starting in P8. Isaacush gets the driver of the day, of course. He started 7th, and he finished in 2nd place. 5 positions gained. GG for him as well. And the championship looks even more interesting ahead of the next round. We'll see what the drivers can do in the next round next Friday. So let's recap. Feature race won by Spilly, on the podium Isaacush and ACW. In the sprint race, in the meantime, Isaacush gets the fastest lap. Walkboy wins, Isaacush gets P2 and fastest lap, so basically just loses 1 point. Spilly gets 6 points, so he loses 7 points in the meantime. So in the championship, at the end of this weekend, he gains 4 points compared to Walkboy. And podium for Plebs as well. Isaacush, really strong weekend, both P2 in both races, and I think that wraps it up. So guys, have a good weekend, and we'll see each other next week, next Friday, for the next round of F2 series. See you around. Bye bye.